Hi, everybody. My name is Chip Taylor, and we're about to present to you a Yonkers story. I'll be doing this tour with my great friend Jon Platania. We're like partners. We've been friends since the 70s. Jon is the fellow that played on Moondance, Domino, and all those things with Van Morrison, toured with him for a long, long time. So he's kind of split his duties with Van and I, and I'm so glad he's with me. I was born and raised in Yonkers, New York, just outside of New York City. The one great thing, it was a cool town, hard-working people. Bad thing was, it was bad music. Actually, there was bad music across the United States back in those days. In the family, I was the one who loved music. I had a couple of brothers that did some other things. We'll talk more about them later. And anyway, my friends that liked music and I were praying that the race records from down south, that stuff that sounded so juicy, would kick in and change the way people listen to music in the States. What changed the face of music was a movie. And my brother Jon and I went to see that movie. So here we go. There's my little tribute to that wonderful movie, Blackboard Jungle, that brought us that wonderful hit, Rock Around the Clock. Hey, Johnny, did you feel that movie? Did you feel that movie? Did you feel that movie, John? Did you feel that movie? Ain't nothing stopping it now. Hey, Johnny, the floor was shaking. Did you feel it shaking? It was almost breaking. And hey, John, did you feel that movie? Ain't nothing stopping it now. I said, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock rock. We're gonna rock round the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 1, join me, hon. We're gonna have some fun. When the clock strikes 1, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Rock, rock, rock until broad daylight. We're gonna rock it around the clock. Rock and roll, Johnny. Gonna rock it around the clock. All right, I tell you about my brothers. My brother Jon is the wonderful actor, Jon Voight, Academy Award winner, and he's the one that was at that movie theater with me when we saw Rock Around the Clock. My other brother Barry is probably the real hero of the family. He's the guy that invented the formula that predicts when volcanoes will erupt. And our dad was a golf professional, and it was not, back in those days, it was not a glamorous job. He was from a poor family, and being a golf pro back then was a servant to the members, but he was a proud man, and it was a job, and he could raise his family. That was great. The bad thing is that the time that Dad had his day off was a Monday when his boys were in school. And Dad didn't like that. It didn't sit good with Dad. So one day, I was with him when he did this. He called the principal of the school, told the principal Monday was a Czechoslovakian holy day. And his boys had to get out of school early for services. Services were 2 double-featured movies in Lower Yonkers, a stop at Joe the hot dog man, his stand, and then a trip to the train station, always, where we would talk to conductors, and we'd put coins on the tracks, and Dad loved being there, and my wonderful mom, Barbara, supported Dad with every crazy thing he thought about. So here's a Monday with my mom, Barbara, my dad, Elmer, and the Voight boys. Got a reservation down at Nepperhan Station. Flatten your nickels, boys, and wave that train goodbye. It'll be on time. It's the Hudson River line. God bless America and that charcoal sky. Boys, this is Harry. He's the conductor for the Putnam Division. he's been doing it for 18 years, and he's been your daddy's friend for 9. And Harry, this is Barry. Middle son John and little Jamie. I'm trying to teach my boys about that charcoal sky. Got a reservation down at Nepperhan Station. Flatten your nickels, boys, and wave that train goodbye. It'll be on time, it's the Hudson River line. God bless America and that charcoal sky. Well, it's a blessing for me to be in this business. I started, can you imagine, I was a country and western songwriter from Yonkers, New York. That's how I got my start. Almost didn't happen, but all of a sudden somebody recorded one of my songs. Bobby Bear had a hit with it. And then Willie Nelson recorded one. Eddie Arnold, the Brown family. I love the Brown family. And then later, Waylon Jennings had a hit with one of mine. Johnny Cash recorded one of mine. So I was in the business as a country writer. And then all of a sudden I started writing other than country. So I'll get you to one of those. Here's one I wrote. This wrote itself so fast once the first line came out. It took a while for the first line to come out, but then it wrote itself really quick. And there'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can't find your heart. And there's no need to take a stand. It was I who chose to start. She said, I see no need, take me home. I'm old enough to face the dawn. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Well, I was, as I mentioned, I was writing country songs for the first 3 or 4 years when I got into the business. I was a staff writer at April Blackwood Music, CBS's first company. I had my own little room that I wrote my songs in. And one day I got a phone call from a fellow asking me for, he was a producer, songwriter. I never met him, but he had a good reputation. And he called me and asked me if, he said, I hear you're writing some good, interesting rock and roll songs. I need one by tomorrow. And can you send me something? I said, I was so flattered that he asked me. I said, well, his name was Jerry Granahan. I said, Jerry, let me try to write you something today and get it to you by tomorrow. So I started writing this thing, and Jerry recorded it with the group. He had a nice little record, but the definitive record was by a wonderful group called the Troggs. And it goes like this: 2, 3, 4. Wow, thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Come on, wild thing. Wild thing, I think I love you, but I wanna know for sure. So come on and hold me tight. I love you, wild thing, shake that thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Come on, wild thing. something, John. Wild thing, I think you move me, but I wanna know for sure. So come on.